live. Sometimes that's a good thing, and sometimes it's an even better thing. All right, let's go. It is a fun day here in Irvine, California, Woodbridge. I thought I might say that again because sometimes people still ask, where do you live? And a good way to find out is watch the beginning of the video. Oh boy. All right, so I'm off to Costco to do some more shopping and gassing up. And it's not the best time to go because it's about 10 o'clock and usually the lines for gassing up are not good. But I thought I'd give you guys a few updates of what's going down in Funky Town. And there's a lot. There is a lot going on here. We finally got the Coca-Cola plane to glide. Imagine that. I didn't think that it would actually work, but turns out it glides better than it does when you buy the plane out of the box. So the Aero Scout Mini, when you buy it right out of the box, if you try throwing it, hand launching it, it flies less good than the modified version where you have a Coke bottle at the front. I don't know. That's kind of bewildering to me, but it's true. It's true. I demonstrated it. So now all we have to do is figure out the CG on it a little bit better, because it is a little bit nose heavy still. It's just overall a little bit heavier than I would like it to be, especially since we need to put on some good old-fashioned electronics. I was hoping to put on something like Motion RC or Free Wing, something really good on there, but we'll see what we can figure out. That would be the goal. The goal is that at least, I'm not sure if it's going to be in the beta or in the beta 2 or whatever, but eventually I'd like to have a decent Coca-Cola plane using Motion RC, or at least, you know, slightly better electronics than what you find on your custom Aero Scout Mini. And remember, the Aero Scout, the full-size version is great. I've never said anything bad about that one. Everybody, all the reviewers, especially the honest ones, will tell you that the Aero Scout, the full-size version, is fantastic. It's got safe, it's got a bunch of amazing features that make it smooth and beautifully. So there isn't a single thing that I could say that is bad about the full-on large Aero Scout. I'm talking about the Aero Scout Mini, with which I've had so many problems. If you guys follow the channel, you know that the first one I completely obliterated because one, my flight skills weren't very good. I was learning to fly, and two, the response on the remote there is terrible. The Aero Scout Mini comes out of the box with one of the worst remotes that I have ever used in the history of RC, and I've done a lot of RC reviews. I remote control RC cars, boats, pretty much everything. And the remote that comes with the Aero Scout Mini is the worst that I've ever tried. Basically the gimbals are super loose, and that's bad. That's really bad for beginners. So again, the worst remote comes with that thing, and it's just like, you try to go left, you try to go right. So the first one, as I said before, I destroyed, and the second one I lost because it's just so difficult to control. And the Aero Scout Mini is completely outdated. It may have been fantastic. It may have been possibly the best RC plane 10 years ago. And it's been out a while, but it really needs an update. So I get a lot of hate on the channel for saying that, but it's true. It's true, and take it as you will. If you now compare it to a bunch of planes that have been made by other companies, such as, mention any of the planes. There's an XKs, Yixin, all kinds of different brands that put out planes that are like half the price of the Aero Scout Mini. and just fly just way better. The whole engineering behind those things, obviously because they were created and launched way after, are just way beyond what the performance of the Aeroscout Mini is capable of doing. I'm hoping that Horizon Hobby is planning to either, just kill the Aeroscout Mini, but in my opinion, what they should do is just update it, because the plane is not completely garbage. Just overall, as I've been showing you guys with the Coca-Cola plane, the overall frame of the plane is great. It's great. You couldn't do the same thing that I'm doing with the Ishin planes or the XK planes. You couldn't just grab a piece here and there and turn a Coca-Cola bottle into a plane. But you can do that with the Aeroscout Minis, which shows you that the overall frame of the plane is decent. If you just went in there and spent a good couple of weeks figuring out, re-engineering how to get the electronics to run, and it probably wouldn't be that hard. Like if you had servos, direct drive directly on the fins, I don't know what you call those things, ailerons, whatever. Anyway, elevons, all those different things. Anyway, if you had stuff that actually worked properly, and made the controls less flimsy and irresponsive, because they're just really irresponsive, the Aeroscout Mini would be a fantastic plane once again, and it would probably go back to being the top of the market. But in its current state, I mean, I can't say anything really that good about it, aside from the frame. The frame, I've demonstrated. If you can take frame from a plane and stick it into a Coca-Cola bottle and have it glide the way that thing glides, that just shows you that the overall frame and the parts are decent. So there we go. There we go. There we go, guys. There we go, guys. So recently I've been trying to modify an old Fimi drone, because I wanted I had the MV, the 180 flipping camera up towards the sky MV, from all the people who got to fly the, what do you call that thing, Parrot and Affy, or the new DJI Mini. And I didn't want to go out and buy a DJI Mini because the company won't send me one, and because there's only so much I can do with the current investors that I have. It's a very expensive plane, and also it's out of stock, so it's hard to find the people who are promoting it right now online. Were lucky enough that DJI sent them one, or they pre-ordered it or whatever. The DJI Mini 3 right now is hard to get, so I can't get one to show you. And so I thought, okay, well, I'm gonna try to modify one of my old Fimi drones to see if I could get the same kind of effect. And the first thing that happened was I tried to fly it in the yard. Bad idea, because the Fimi does not seem to want to pick up the satellite. So then I thought, well, I'll just force it to fly anyway, which was a horrible idea, because then if it doesn't pick up the GPS, the altitude hold or positioning does not work. And so the second you mess that up, then the drone will start toilet bowling. It'll do this, and then it will crash. And so luckily it's okay. I did the demonstration in a safe environment, no people apart from myself. So worst that can happen is the drone would hit me, and then people would laugh online. So when you do those things in perfect safety, no harms, no foul. And so therefore I knew that it was a test that I could run. Whoa, what the hell, man? You're just driving along, people press the indicator saying, or they had their indicator light saying, I'm making a right turn, and then they don't, they just go straight. And you don't, whoa. Another day in Irvine, California roads. That's why your reflexes need to be like on autopilot. Running, you need to do like that awesome guy, Original Dobo. You need to do your pre-flight eye check before you ever fly anything. Have one of those signs that, you know, like one of those, what do you call those things? You do when you go to the optometrist, right? They have all those letters on the sheet, whatever. Or you could use the Bates book. Bates book is pretty good too. Just do a pre-flight eye check before you sit in a vehicle, before you, the cloud of doom happened again. Okay, I think we're back live, maybe, I don't know. It's hard to tell. Whenever I drive past a certain point, the cloud of doom appears. I don't know why, but it does. Or if you start saying things that you shouldn't be saying, bam, cloud of doom. Anyway, all is well that ended well. Let's try to be extra careful while driving today. You never know. It is a Saturday, so you would hope that the Sunday drivers are not out yet, and then you discover that some of them decided to come out. Me being one of them, obviously. Watch out! That pesky Marker Reviews is out there. Anyhow, it's beautiful today. Today the weather is fantastic. It's just hot enough that you don't go wild. There's a tiny bit of breeze, and so it won't get too hot, which is perfect. I mean, it's hard to beat Irvine, California weather. It is really hard to beat. Sometimes you could get the same kind of weather in Northern California, San Mateo. San Mateo is pretty good there too. I did not like the city. Just like I don't like the city here. Los Angeles. Stay away from the big cities. Just stay away. If you're in the outskirts, things are just better. You won't get scammed by fake signs and then real fines, where you'll park your car in a zone that usually is considered to be free parking. You may have left their car there. Then people will show up. They'll put a bunch of signs on and attach them with wires or, you know, tape. And then all of a sudden, you go back to your spot and your car's been towed. And you're like, but there were no signs when I parked here. Yeah. Welcome to big cities where the scams are endless. So, yeah, hopefully you won't see that happen here in Irvine, California, because people have a thing called common sense and courtesy. So I think for the most part, if you're, you know, in the outskirts a little bit, people might actually try to at least warn the driver that they're going to post signs after the fact, but they don't do that in big cities. It's all about scamming the user, you know, the people. So watch out for that scam. It's one of the latest that they do now in the big cities. Don't let it happen to you. You heard it first here on the most ridiculous channel on YouTube. I can't say that because it's true. You know, some people are famous because they're smart. Some people are famous because they have the wackiest content. Some people are famous because they're brilliant. Some people are famous because their technology content is amazing. Some people are famous because they're an island boy. Some people are famous for all kinds of things, but I happen to be famous for being the most peskiest reviewer in the history of YouTube and the world and the universe. So that's why not a whole lot of people like me. But, you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. I'm hoping I'm going to be able to fly my DJI Mini today. It'd be cool, because hopefully it still flies. Somebody pray for me, because because I did have one crash with this, but it was entirely my fault. So hopefully that motor that I fixed will be okay. It seems to be okay. It flew. We did a recon mission to go check out Steve's house and the amazing work that the roofers or the construction workers did on his side panels, and that was great. If you want to know about that too, you can always drop me a comment, and I'll be happy to tell you who did the work on our house and on Steve's house. And also, there's a lot of good stuff going on in our neighborhood. If you are looking to buy a home, I'll let you guys know. I didn't have her card, but you can go check out her website too. There's open houses going on, heartwarming open houses going on in our neighborhood. If you guys want to buy a house or rent a house, there's a bunch of stuff going on in our neighborhood. Irvine, California Woodbridge. Just look it up. Look it up. Don't make me do all the work, all the spoon feeding. I'm not going to do that thing where you go like this, and if you look over here, there's a donkey poop. And if you look over here on the YouTube, there's a squirrel. Squirrel! Squirrel! All right, anyway, hope you guys are having a fantastic Saturday. Wish you all the best. Don't forget to watch Top Gun Maverick. I'll see you on the next one. Take care.